Ladies, gentlemen, welcome back. And today we're looking at Myrmillones. Now this is not a mastery unit or anything like that, so it's not really a mastery video, but I've had a few comments on the YouTube saying they would like me to look at Myrmillones. And I hadn't picked them up for a while actually. I hadn't used them that much. And so I started using them again, and yes, I've fallen in love. I have fallen in love. These guys are really good. They're basically, what they feel like is an anti-anything that is sort of top tier. Like they do incredibly well against anything that I'd say is like in the kind of nearing overpowered, like really good at shattering men-at-arms. I mean, 1v1 after their charge, they can suddenly get killed, so you kind of want to be in a group with them, kind of as a shock troop, and continue that push going. So while you're moving up, you're charging, it's all moving forward. You'll see in the clips. But yeah, so I thought I would take a look at these guys. So we're going to have a look at the Doctrines lines, the Doctrines I've got, and then we've got some not just clips, actually full gameplay that is, you know, yeah, don't normally manage to get the full game without losing too many. So yeah, we got 2 games, managed to actually make them go to the end. So let's have a look at their Victory line and Doctrines. So here are my Myrmillones. Let's first off check out the Doctrines. First out the gates, we got one of the Myrmillones Doctrines from their unlock that reduces their charge cooldown by 5 seconds. This is really nice. You want to have as minimal charge on your as minimal cooldown on your charge as possible. Moving on, we have an immunity doctrine. Now this, I'll get into more on this when we're looking through the clips, but as it stands, the reason why you want this is because when they charge, they do a double hit, and the second hit on that charge does massive damage. But what people tend to do in games is try and like knock them down, interrupt them so they can't get off that second hit. So what you do is you charge them in, and then that first hit goes off. Then you pop this, you click this to make them immune, and that allows them not to be knocked down for that second hit. That is how I use it anyway. Then we just have a full defense doctrine, speared defense doctrine, just 100 to all defenses. Really need to change that with this one over here. But we haven't got around to that. We didn't use that in this video, so I'll change that once we finish this video. Then we have a block for Doctrine. Block increased by 300 and reduced damage taken by 60. Again, this could probably be changed out, as you really don't want to use this as a shield unit. It's a shock troop. So this, yes, extra defense, that's great, but essentially I probably should change this out for maybe a blunt damage doctrine or something like that. Would be slightly better, I reckon. Then last, we've got a breakthrough doctrine for a bit of extra unit damage. When I can get myself a better one from the alchemy machine, I will put a better one in here, definitely, because really love this unit. Moving on, vet line, we go top, and I would only ever revise top with these, because bottom is obviously to increase is more defense. That is fine, but this is, as I said, is a shock troop. So again, reduce cooldown on your charge, even better. And then, yeah, just some movement, reduce more cooldown, increase damage. Yeah, nothing major, but it's really nice. Really nice. The less cooldown on that charge, the better. Okay, so let's get into the clips. Well, these are not clips, actually. These are full games. Because these guys are relatively tanky, I managed to actually get full games without using any other unit apart from these, and still had some of the unit left at the end, so, or near some of them left at the end. So let's take a little look. And here we go, gentlemen. The first push on A. We're using these as, first, I see this guy setting up his artillery, so we're going to use them as a little bit of a shield. We're going to take some losses. Now, I wouldn't even look at this unit as a shield unit. I mean, they are a shield unit, but like, you won't, to guard stuff, they can do it, but your main use is as a shock troop. So we got them standing here. The one nice thing about these guys is they do heal up if they're in formation like this, so that's why I use this formation things most of the time, is because it just gives them healing. But we're all going for a push now. I see the guy move forward with a shield, so I'm going to charge in. And if you notice, I let them hit first with their charge, and then I click their immunity to being knocked down just afterwards. That allows them to obviously, not be knocked down after on their second hit. That is their big hit on their charges, where you're going to do like 90% of the kills. The first one sort of softens everybody up, and the second hit is what kills everybody. So we use the charge in there. We'll bring them back in. We've got some men at arms, but our charge is on cooldown. This is what I was talking about, why you want the lowest charge. And I do have the lowest charge you can get. That still wish it was lower, but yeah. So there's the second hit. Obviously, at this point, there's not too much about. We're only hitting on 1 or 2 of them at a time. We just got to work our way into the game. We've got some palace guards here. Unfortunately, they're going to be wiped out before I even bother getting a charge. So we're just going to speed through this bit. You know, the bit where you're just sorting yourselves out. You've taken A, and B is basically a free take. So, and then we're going to get to getting C. That is the more challenging side of this map. Looks like we're making a good enough push. We've got some samurai on the way. I can't remember what they're called, but you see them so rarely that it was kind of surprised to me to see them. Throw some daggers at them. And then I see everyone trying to escape. The other team trying to escape up here. So I'm like, yep, this is a shock troop. They're fast. They're high maneuverability, and their charge goes off instantly. No wind-up time, so we can instantly wipe out a full stack of halberdiers. So this is how you want to use them. They're not a front. I mean, they are front line, but they're not like Imperial Spears, for example. They're not going to be a damage soak. They're not for your team to like be hiding behind all the time. They are for bashing their way in there and and shock trooping. They're probably the best shock troop in the game in terms of how tanky they can be. That they heal themselves up when they're in formation like this. And if you do leave them in formation, they are pretty good for like disruption. They do a lot of like bashes. They like sort of bash enemies away from them. That staggers everything. We've got some men at arms here. We're going to just charge right into those. And there's some reason they start running in that I'm like, oh god, don't want to lose too many. We've still got 18 left, so we're okay. We're okay. We're just going to probably send them back to the supply, land them up. But yeah, since I had the YouTube comment, sorry if I don't remember your name, the person that left me the YouTube comment on he wanted to see this. I haven't gone and looked. But yeah, I've started using them, and I am very, very much enjoying them. They're so solid in every sort of respect. You always kind of get your value, or most of the time get your value worth of them. They're tanky enough that they survive a lot, and that shock on a lot of, like, being that there's so many men at arms about at the moment, yeah, works out really nicely. I go for a charge here and actually land a decent hit on these cataphracts. God, it's been so long since I've seen cataphracts. So yeah, just really enjoying them. If you want a unit where you're actually going to get some decent value, these guys are I can definitely recommend them. So here I just thought, oh, well, let me have a look at those Zweihanders, but yeah, decided in the end not to. And then go for a charge here and get very lucky, because on the second hit, round the corner comes a full stack of YOLO cav. So we managed to hit him and only lose 2 units for that little slap on YOLO cav there. So that was more luck than anything, but you know, I'll take it. I will take it. So we're down to the last 15, and I'm also going to use them to trap people in. So their square is great for locking, especially for me, because if you've got like a lockdown or a stun, like if you're a poleaxe, it'd be easy to just lock them down, pop the unit on top, and when they make a formation, because they knock you around, they basically will just lock the hero inside of their formation. That's quite fun. So here I am going to use them as a bit of a barricade in a second, because I see we've got some muskets here. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let them sort of pick up a few of these unarmored units, like these halberdiers that are just charged. At least I can give them a little bit of protection. And then this guy turns up here with his Imperial Spears. So I'm like, yeah, okay. I'll leave him here for a bit longer. I'll let him take the defense, take out this musket while we're here, and then we're going to start moving up. And yeah, it's so far, I mean, still to have 15 left in this game, it's pretty nice. So I see the guns at the back there, and I'm like, you know what, time to lose these guys. I push them in, and you'll notice I click their freedom once they hit, and they go in for a big bash there. Lots of kills, but I know they're going to die because I'm not going to be able to get another charge off in time, and that spells the end for them there. But that was 81 units killed and 720 troop kill score, so not bad at all. Was pretty happy. Didn't actually have to use any of my other troops. So obviously, yeah, that was a nice game. Moving on, and in these games you're seeing I am trying not to lose them. So keep that in mind. Like, ordinarily in that last game, I probably would have been a bit more risky with them. Good or bad thing, but yeah, I'm trying to get full game clips of them. That is actually quite a fun challenge to do. Even though these ones are probably the easiest ones to do them because they got self-healing and they're quite tanky. So here is a team. This is where I would say the best point to use them is in this sort of, as we're sort of pushing up as a group. They just shock that first load. I pop my freedom, and once they charge, they set up into into sort of a shield square formation. That's quite nice. That means they continue to get that heal. Unfortunately, we're getting charged from behind. I'm like praying that I'm not going to lose too many, but it seems like we've done okay here. Men at arms, we're going to get the boys in there. No freedom this time, but no one interrupts them, so they do get that second bash off. And we're now up to 30 kills from two charges. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. We've still got quite a few left, 23 left, but some of them are low. But I see these Zweihanders trying to escape, and I'm like, you know what? We might see if we can pick those up on the way through. But unfortunately, they're a bit fast for us. So we turn our attention to the castle point, and I think it's probably best to go and grab that and get that over and done with. And when we get up here, we see ourselves some, I think it's Imperial Jabs are up here. Come around the corner, make sure they all get around, get a charge in, and in they come with a second hit. Bang. Up to 45 now. And yeah, and this Maul starts playing around my guys, give him a kick. He's kind of locked inside of my unit now, getting knocked around a lot. Gets a spin-off that was kind of annoying, down to 19, but we get the kill. And luckily, when we leave them here, they just heal up. And now, the only issue I've got here is I've got these three enemy units that, obviously being a dual blade, I'm not the greatest at killing units. About the only thing I can do is throw my daggers, so we have to mess around with those for a bit. And I see these on Amusha. I'm like, oof, this might be rude not to. Unfortunately, some of them get in the way, so I sort of miss out on getting the full stack, but we pick up another one, get 54 kills now. Chuck shuriken at those, and now we're going around the corner and going to push on the supply point. That's been a quite successful Brock estuary. Normally I hate this map, but yeah, that Maul, very well done. Got away for a little bit anyway. I think an arrow or something picks him up. There it is. But yeah, so at the moment, really enjoying this unit. They are definitely going to become a staple in my warband for a little bit, I think. Just, I feel kind of safe and feel like I can always get a good value with them. Here, I'm going to attempt to move them on by setting up a cannon, but I think we start pushing, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? No, let's not. See the guy, and the guy's already set up wall rockets, so I'm like, yep, okay, let's use them as a little defense for this man, so he doesn't get himself killed. That is, I mean, that's, I guess, a nice advantage of this unit is you can use it as a shield wall, but I wouldn't advise it. I mean, in situations like this where you're just literally just going to be stopping arrows and stuff, absolutely fine. But as a frontline shield wall, I would leave that to like the Imperial Spears. These are like at the end of the day a big, like, your best shock troop. So, but if you have to, you have to. As an arrow stopping thing, great. Shock troop, main thing. Your main role. Shield secondary. So I do go for a little charge here, but I'm not sure what I was trying to achieve. Almost got my guys hit by friendly wall rockets, and
we're looking at going around the corner here and seeing we pick up some of these men-at-arms. The team is pushing quite nicely, so it would be rude not to. But I am quite worried about the Imperial Pikes. Even though I do have my freedom off cooldown, that is another great thing for killing these. And unfortunately, I charge and there's a lip. I didn't even notice there's a lip right there coming off that ledge, and just literally charged it into nothing. So what we'll do is we'll skip through this part with they give up B relatively easily, pick up a few heroes there, and it's now going to be a kind of a deciding what side to go, push on last point. So here we go. We got them coming in behind. We got some men at arms. They've got a few things lined up. Going to go in for the charge. Sort of miss it. Wasn't my finest charge, but again with the freedom, so they can get off that sort of second hit with no trouble at all. Nice little assist there, and then they've got some men at arms coming in from behind that I'm looking at right now, and we're going to go in with a nice little charge into that. Going to make sure everybody gets around the corner into a charge, and then we should get the big hit. Yeah, there it is. Doesn't pick up so many that time. Does get a hero kill that's nice. And yeah, that's those men at arms cleared out. I'm now going to move them around, try and keep them in formation so they're getting a benefit of that little bit of healing. Sklave was getting annoying behind us. For some reason I decided to charge him with the thing even though he was going to die. That was really, really dumb of me because I could have charged into those men at arms just there. But, you know, we all make a few mistakes, and this last bit, going to X them over and then charge them in and aim them at that hero, and luckily they hit him at just the right time that they pick up a lovely little hero kill. So yeah, really good pushing unit. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So let's take a little look at the scores. What do we get? I think we got about 61 kills for them. Yeah, 61 and 1 hero. So really, really nice. Not as good as the last one, but nice. So, conclusion. Myrmillones. What do we think? Yep, currently in my top 5 favourite units. Really, really enjoying them. Obviously, I played them a lot in the past, but then I put them down for a while. You know how you just lose track of a unit and just don't really pick it up for a while, or you have a bad game and then you just don't see it for a while. Yeah, so can highly recommend. If I would actually say these on the unlock in terms of doing the seasonal challenges, choosing which season to unlock, I would put these quite high up into unlock, just because they're a real real meta killer is what I'd call these guys. They're very good at killing things that are deemed the top of the top. So yeah, very enjoyable as well. Very enjoyable seeing that second slap with their shields, their second hit on their charge. Feels so good. Feels so good. So can recommend. Well, that's it, guys. If you like this sort of content, I'd really appreciate the sub. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.